Hello? Hello? Oh, wait. I'm not muted. Oh my god, I can hear my voice a million times. Hello, guys. How you doing? What's up? What's up? Greetings. And well met for another Miniatures Dance stream. Hello, everyone. How's it going? How's it going? Hello, Robin. Hello, Clavicus. Hello, Polly. Hello, Twisted. Hello, Quindly. Hello, Asgard. Hello, Crow. Hello, Fading. How you guys doing? So, today, we're gonna keep working on our little paladin guy. I have to set my desk a little bit because I took pictures this afternoon for my own Patreon. This is the guy that I will be posting. Why am I lagging? Wait. Wait. My camera is lagging and I cannot have it. Sorry, I'm just gonna turn the camera on and off. Well, there is like a massive delay, but it is fine. I mean, I have a delay, but it doesn't matter. You can see what I'm doing anyway. So yeah, I painted this guy for my own Patreon, and I'm gonna be uploading the entire series of guides on the page above him. But I need to make room a little bit for our paladin boy. Hello, Kuro. How you doing? For our paladin boy, which we're gonna finish tonight. We're gonna give him a bit of a BBD and close this paint job. So we have been doing this guy in non-metallic metal, quite a lot of it. Yeah, we need to make the change on that. Been a long day for me. I hope yours was better than mine. But I don't think it would be too difficult to make it better. Because it wasn't. So. There we go with our puppet. The few things I want to try out today. I want to try to be a bit more flexible with the way I use inks and stuff. And see what happens. For example, we can... Thank you, Big. Thank you. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. But yes, what I wanted to do is use a bit of the inks to push the brightness of our non-metallic. I really wanted to blind the people, so we're gonna try to do that. Basically, I'm gonna be using a bit of a trick here. I'm using a heavy body white to get like real serious consistency onto the model, while also warming it up a bit with a yellow. And for those of you who don't know, yellow is the color that at maximum power, which means at maximum saturation, is the brightest out of the color wheel. If you look at a color wheel and you observe the colors in it, yellow is the brightest, even though there isn't really a value scale, so to speak. What that means is that yellow is extremely good to make light colors feel lighter, and it's a pretty nice thing to know, because it allows you to achieve some really interesting results out of your painting. So we're just gonna be mixing our very bright. You can see how bright it is, and we're gonna try to kind of slap it around the model, see what happens. Because we have to do a bit of cleanup. We can also use it on the armor itself to suggest the sunlight hitting it. How you guys doing? What have you been up to? today. I'm actually gonna be adding a bit of a white ink now to all of it. Like when it comes to real white, like the linen white we have used the other week was really good to build up into white. But when it comes to pure white, if you ever find yourself needing absolute pure white, everybody paints are the only real option for it. That's why I'm using one right now. There we go. And we can use the same light both on this. Okay, we can use the same light both on the silver and the gold at the same time. Oh my god, Asgard! What puppet have you been painting? I'm sorry I haven't been able to go live on my own stream today. I needed to finish working on a few things before I could be ready to upload on Patreon. So I had to make a decision. But thankfully, I will make up for it tomorrow by going live on my own stream. So, you know, that's pretty good. Oh, how did it go? You had a good time? Hello, Robbie. Hello, Archon. I love watching these streams because of the absolute wealth of knowledge that you guys import. At the same time, also when I cry myself, my stuff looks like Alf Blind Ogre. Infant painted them. Well, I can show you my first model, hopefully to cheer you up a little bit, in a sense that I wasn't always this good at painting. Well, I can't quite find my first model. It's in the mess of my desk. This is one of my first models. And it's a lot less good than this, right? This one is a bit more... like, they actually, in a way, they feel similar because one is a metallic paint, the other is a non-metallic. And the non-metallic is painted well enough to feel metallic. So they kind of look the same, but this one is an illusion, this one isn't. But yeah, like, when I started out, I wasn't even close to being as good as I am now. Hard work is a good way to improve. Also, not only hard work, but also questions. And you guys are very lucky because you have the opportunity, thanks to this Reaper channel, but also my own channel and other places such as these, to ask questions to people that you respect the painting of, to understand how they work. So if there is anything about what I'm doing that, you know, makes you wonder and curious about something, just ask, because I'm more than happy to answer anything you might have in your mind. There is no stupid questions. I am almost getting tired of repeating it, but there is no stupid question. So do not feel embarrassed about asking me something or not being sure about something, because it is important that you let your brain breathe fresh air so that teachers such as myself can help you. Because, you know, it is all good and well to share little bits of knowledge as you think about them while you're painting, but it's even better to help people to just answer their questions. Lol, Quinn. What makes me wonder actually how can you be so always on the clock when it comes to the need of peeing? That's kind of impressive if you think about it. Like, I don't think I pee always at the same time. That's like something you have. I see. I'm using bones. I'm about to trigger a lot of people, but I am not the biggest of fans of metallic minis. I am a new painter in the sense that I am part of the new generation of painters. I grew up using I wait, I'm just looking for a color to see, you know, what can I use. Yeah, I grew up as a painter recently. I've been painting for 3 years, and since I started painting, everything was already plastic and resin. So I don't have the nostalgia factor really influencing my opinion towards metal or resin. And while I do understand that there are people out there that like the weight of metal and, you know, enjoy painting heavy minis, that's fine because it makes the mini feel a bit more real, you know, in a way, because it has weight. I get that. What I don't get is people that say that metal is better quality, because it isn't. Resin is far superior to metal. I did paint Infinity, and I enjoy painting them, but still assembling them is a pain in the ass because of the metal. They're not bad minis, but I think they would be better if they were resin. And there's, in a way, they are somewhat moving to resin, I feel like, because they had announced casting some bits and bobs in resin. They're also very fragile, yes. Metal minis have sharper details. I don't know about that. Hello, I don't know about that either, big. Like, if you need to sand something down, just get yourself one of these, like a resin, I mean. Just get yourself one of these sticks and, you know, just... It's very simple. No, yeah, like back in the 80s and 90s, yeah, metal was far superior to resin. Far, far, far superior to resin. Nowadays, no. Nowadays, like, besides being cheaper, it's also better. But also, like, it's the sturdiness. Like, the problem with metal minis is that, you know, like a resin mini, if it falls, something might break off, but all you gotta do is just glue it back on, right? A metal mini, if it falls, the detail is flattened, and there's no way for you to get them back. Very hot take, I know, I know. I'm not loyal to resin either, personally. It's not that I don't like metal because I'm loyal to resin. I don't like metal because all of the experiences I had with it were tragic. I've always had awful experiences with metal, like bad ones, like tear-inducing one. Bone USA is amazing. Bone USA is absolutely freaking incredible. Every single model in the range should be in that thing. Bones in the USA. Hello, Joe. What is better? What do you mean? Like, how do you decide what is better? Like, what are the I don't know, the reasons why I think one is better? I have none fading. I can tell you my life story if you want. It's everybody knows it by now, but if you don't and you want, I can tell you my story. I need somebody playing Tuzan Arcanda on a kazoo though while I do it. Gaming on PC, good job. I never had any creative hobby. I never thought I would be creative, honestly. I definitely didn't think I would be good at this, the painting thing. Even back when I started, like, I didn't really feel like I knew anything, like I could get to know anything. When I started painting, I thought it was gonna be a hobby to play games, not really to make into a job. I feel like there is a mechanical process side to how you do this that I could learn, and decision-making aspect that relies on having a good eye that I don't know it can be learned. You're wrong. Everything can be learned. I learned everything. None of this that I do came from DNA or anything like that. Like anybody else, I struggled with understanding where lights should have been placed, or blending, or non-metallics, or anything else. I struggled like anybody else. The thing that I do have that I think could be considered like an innate ability, I can dissect a color very easily. In a sense that if you show me a color, and if you want, we can play this game if you want to be impressed. You can show me any color, and I will be able to mix it exactly the same, starting from the primaries. Because I understand how to dissect color. But that's also a mental process in a way. It's not like a natural... It's not like an innate thing, because I can explain it, and I have on my Patreon. On my Patreon, I have a video exactly explaining how I dissect colors. Arrogance, yes. 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 That is my biggest... That's my talent. Being excruciatingly arrogant. Hello, Lilac. Yes, I'm okay. It's been a long day. I'm looking forward to going to sleep. How you doing? Okay, so the gold is all right. Just working on the brightness and the vibrance of it all. Because I feel like the lights that we painted the other day on the gold have been a little bit lost. I've lost their color, really. I'm just trying to be beating it. Thank you, Joe. Okay. So if I want to get the contrast right, I'm gonna have to do things in a different way, a little bit. I just need a little bit more contrast to make myself feel happy about the paint job. But yeah, I'm a firm believer that mini painting can be learned through effort rather than having to be a master out of the gate. Because mini painting allows you to do something that other forms of art don't, which is colorize. You know, in the world of comic books, there are two different artists. There is the guy that draws the panels, and there is a guy that colors them, right? The guy that colors the panels is a very prestigious position and all of that, but definitely has less effort and less impact on the overall execution of the comic, because somebody else drew it. And at the same time, as mini painters here, we have to accept our position as colorists, at least at the beginning. So what we do when we start out is just put the colors where they should be. And that gives us a lot of power, actually, in being able to slowly learn the art without ever being overwhelmed by it. Because if you are a guy and you just go, you know, I wanna paint canvas, well, you're gonna be a bit miserable, because unless you know exactly how to draw, you're gonna have a very hard time being able to even get paint on the canvas, because you need to draw first. And if you don't know how to do that, then you're gonna have to learn that first. We have the drawing provided to us by the company that we buy the mini from. And this allows us to only focus on color at the beginning, which means that the process of learning is a lot more friendly, so to speak, than other kind of visual arts, where a lot more knowledge is required. That said, to become a really good mini painter, you have to know how to draw, and you have to become an artist. But the evolution is less painful, I think, than it would be for other people that have to go to the academy and study really hard and all of that. So no, I firmly believe you can be good at mini painting. And I'm gonna sound a bit like an asshole now saying this, but I also believe that a lot of people hide behind the thumb of talent to excuse their lack of will. I don't believe in talent. I never did. I believe in, being adept at something and being able to understand it more easily than other people. I do believe in that. But I don't believe in talent, as in you pick something up and you're a genius at it. I believe that there are people that simply know how to study really hard. And everybody can learn that. But like I am not particularly flattered when people tell me I'm talented, because even though I know what they mean, which is they like my painting, in a way it diminishes my effort. And even Michelangelo himself said something along the lines of, if you knew how many hours I spent studying my craft, you wouldn't think I was good at it. That gives you an idea of how much the guy must have spent just simply looking at people to understand how to paint them, how to draw them, how to do other things. Because that's exactly what I also do. I stare at people on the subway, and I do all the things that he might have done just to understand a little bit more. Yes, exactly, Asgard, and I'm terrible at that. See? So I'm not a great painter yet, because I can't draw US presidents on my nail just good enough. Your streams have improved my painting more than anything else. I started painting again 2 years ago after 20 years break, and I really am at the level I dreamed of as a kid. Oh, that's amazing! I'm so proud of you! I am so proud of you, Lilac. Well done. Well done. Well, no, because my work is in my room. But, you know, whenever I have to go do something, the few times where I leave my house, I stare at people in the subway. Yeah, because it is, Joe. Like, you're not lying to them. It is true. You paint by the numbers. And that's why, and I don't mean to be polemical or ranty, I just want to try to explain a concept okay? So don't take this, I'm about to say, as an attack to anybody specifically. But there is a reason why people enjoy painting the heavy metal style from Games Workshop so much. To the point where they defend it with teeth and nail against other more refined ways of painting. Because in a way they have somewhat convinced themselves that that's what painting is, and any other method is wrong. Or not adept at what we do here, because we're painting minis. Because they have been, you know, kinda enthralled by the paint by number idea, but a little bit too much, in the sense that they never left that idea. I am a hermit. I go out only when I absolutely have to, Don. That question is above my pay grade, Crow. I have no idea. I mean, they look good, but only their minis do. Only their minis look alright painted in that way, because if you try to paint a Reaper mini or any other mini following that style to the letter, you won't really succeed that well. Because those minis are designed to be painted like that, so that style works with them. But there's a massive world besides that. And that's part of my job in a way, you know? Like just, I'm gonna share with you something, like my master plan, okay? So please keep it between us. But I paint Warhammer quite a bit, and the reason why I do it is to get people to follow me on Instagram, because I know most people there are looking for those kind of minis. So if you paint one or two a month, you will get followers from those minis more easily, because there's more people looking for them. But I do that with the sole purpose of converting those people to higher quality stuff. To the art of mini painting, rather than the craft. So, you know, they follow me for a Space Marine, and then maybe they see another mini that I post, and they're like, oh, wait a second. There is other things? And that's my way to convert the planet. Yeah, she's a cool model. I think she's part of my paint-along city, Lilac. I do, Asgard. I do use Twitter. I mean, Marika does. I paint Games Workshop on my Patreon. But the reason why I do that is because I was forced to. There's a lot of people that are interested in those minis on Patreon versus other brands. So I have to do what I can to make an income, you know. But I pride myself with teaching ideas rather than the painting of a model. In a sense that what you see me do on one mini, it's not like it can only be done on that mini. You can do it on any mini you want. So the medium I'm showing is just there to be a medium. But the techniques, the colors, everything, you can do on anything. Okay, this BBD boy is getting very bright, which is good. Okay. Because painting them is different than looking at them. It is very different. I want my reds to have a bit more to them, so I'm just gonna be powering them up. Hello, Xul, how you doing? I mean, I can't unfortunately share my entire opinion because I'm not streaming for myself right now. So this is a topic that we're gonna have to, you know, move to my own stream if you want one of these days, because I can't really share everything, I think. But yeah, like every company has its own quirks. There are minis that are good, others that aren't, and at the end of the day, I do enjoy painting these Reaper minis because they have like a beautiful simplicity to them. The mouselings are amazing. Well done. How would Reaper minis help me become a better painter? The minis are open-ended in the sense that you can do many different things on them and try many different things on them. They are simple sculpts. You know, they are meant to be extremely cheap. So, you know. But in their simplicity, they can be very useful in refining your technique, which is exactly what I'm doing tonight. Like, while I paint the minis here for the Reaper stream, I focus a lot in my own mind about the technique. So I think about the brushstroke, I think about the color choice, the values, a lot more than I would normally do on a Space Marine, for example. Because the Space Marine has so many details in it that by the time you're done base coating all of them, you're kind of tired of the model. Here you have lots of open spaces to work with, and you can do as many things as you want with them. Why are you so sassy tonight, Quindley? I gave up on learning. No, you don't have to give up on learning how to paint skin tones. You just have to post in my Friday feedback thing. I can give you feedback. So this is a pink, of course, that we're painting. But don't worry about it. We're gonna be glazing our reds back on. I just need the pink here to give me the strength I need out of the color. I love it when you're sassy. I love it. See, like, for example, on the shield, to be a better painter, you can do many things. You can practice your blending. You can practice your freehanding. You can practice your texturing. You can practice anything. The model isn't forcing you in any direction. Hello, Bug Lips. Hello, Donut. It is not sorcery. I was just born with this nose. I swear. I didn't get surgery or anything like that. I just had this nose all along. But yeah, I'm using a pink because, you know, it's a light red after all. So if I want to build up into an even brighter feeling red, I'm gonna have to give it a base of a color that, you know, has power to it. Now, since red is a color that works nicely when you stop at full red, a good idea to push it in brightness is to kind of sketch your lights and then glaze a lot to blend with the main red, the powerful red. That way you get the best of both worlds. We did this already the other time when painting the shield, but we need to do it a bit more. And I can take advantage of this moment to kind of texture a bit more our light colors here. Need to be careful with the way I handle the brush though. So the color looks vibrant, but it isn't really, in a sense that I don't have full coverage. To have full coverage, I'm gonna have to insist a little bit more with this color. Whenever you're working with light colors, make sure you get full coverage, because it's very easy to think you got them on, because the contrast is high. Immediately, with the first layer, you feel like there's a lot of contrast, so your mind goes, nice. But it could be better, and it should be. Because if you don't, your light will look very gray. And if they look gray, you lost lightness. Like, for example, here, I can re-highlight this pink into the yellow if I want. Just add more informations on these lights. Well, you know the theory, Asgard. Practice is still practice. Okay, now, I could glaze the red on top, and I would have a very strong texture that would be very difficult to remove. Or I can simply just work a bit more red into this gradient. So rather than going immediately over with a red, I can just go with a slightly redder pink and kind of set myself up to have a gradient that is a bit easier to achieve. Because as we said a few weeks ago, what is difficult in blending is not getting two different colors to blend, but it's getting two different values. The more difference in light there is between the colors, the harder it is to blend them. So a good way to make it easier for you is to reduce that difference. And then now we can get back to our red and really go at it with a glaze. See, it's not that much lighter than it was. It's not that much lighter than it was before we started working on this red, but the information we created on the shield is still there. Hidden in the back, you know? And it creates that sense of, you know, velvety kind of shield. Hello, 8. What's up, dude? I don't think I am a Lucasaurus Rex. Those have small hands. Like, I'm like a pterodactyl with a big nose. You had red base, your highlights in pink, then went all over it with the red again, and your highlights came through? Yes, fading. Exactly. If your paint is thin enough and you apply it well enough, the highlight will come through. We can do a repeat of it on the clothing. So you can see it happen again. See, this is a glaze. It's a kind of thick glaze, but it's still a glaze. Whoop. See the difference now? Like, our top red was like this when we started. Now it's like this. Pretty neat. Nice. Okay. Ah. Apply yourself harder. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. How would you do this if you were doing white cloth? Well, if I was building up white cloth, I wouldn't be using pure white. The kind of workup I would use in doing white cloth would be something like this. Let's see if I can show you. My base coat would be... My base coat would be like a light brown. I would highlight into a light gray brown. And my very last highlight would be white. Very, very small though. The secret to painting white is to avoid using white as much as you can, which is the same, in a way, similar to painting black. What did you use? Okay. I'm gonna take a small face cam break. I'm still here. I am still here. But I'm just gonna hide my despicable appearance. You know why purple and not any other dark color, Miller? I mean, I know the answer. Do you know? That's exactly what I meant, Fading. Because he's a paladin, so he kneels down to pray to his god a lot. And I'm glad you caught my little bit of trivia I have hidden in the painter. I'm joking. I don't know. No, no, the shoulder is better than the knees are. Hello, comic. How you doing? That's because I own a dragon. What do you want from me, Dalmal? I have a dragon. What's wrong with that? Yes, poof, the magic dragon. Exactly, exactly. But going back to the purple thing, he used purple because, as I was explaining at the beginning of the stream, if you look at a color wheel, the colors are all displayed circularly around it, and that's all nice. But it's also true that not all colors are equal in brightness. What I mean is that yellow is the brightest color on a color wheel. At maximum chroma, which is saturation, which is how much gray there is in the color, and in the case of maximum saturation, you have 0 gray in it, which is pure color without any addition of black or white or any other color in it. At maximum power, yellow is the brightest color. And I can do this very easily, I think. I can show you this by turning the camera in black and white. Boop. I think. Yes. If you look at the camera in black and white, you will notice that violet is a dark gray, basically, while yellow is a very light gray, even though the colors have no white or black added to them. What this means is that we highlight using yellow often for luminosity, because as you take your colors towards yellow, even slightly, you make them look more luminous. And we shade towards violet very often, because as you shade color towards violet, you make them more dark, without having to add as much black or as much white in them. There is also a couple of color theory reasons behind it, but that's a bit too complex. So if you're painting black and you don't want to use black, using a very strong purple, a very dark purple, is a great idea because it's basically black. So, you know, colors don't mean anything. There is always a value attached to the color. There is always a brightness or a darkness to it. And those brightness and darkness can take the place of white and black in a composition. If your darkest color is a very deep purple, you don't need black in your composition, because in a light box, in a picture environment, your very dark violet will ultimately look black because of white balance. But yeah, if you're interested in stuff like this, you should join my Patreon, because I have guides on color theory explaining exactly these kind of things. I have a single video for each color, each primary and secondary color on my Patreon. And all of my videos use color theory one way or another, and I explain how it works in the model I'm working on. So that could be interesting. If this is something you are interested in learning and knowing about, my Patreon is a very good place to go to. If you like the sound of my voice, then my Twitch is a very good place to go to. That's that, you know, just saying. So we're gonna spend the next hour working on painting the remaining details, which is the gloves, the little bells, the purity seal he has on the chest. And then anytime we have available left, if we do, I will be spending cleaning up the non-metallic, because the non-metallic on the legs is way less expressed than the one on the shoulder, which is also not very well expressed anyway. In a sense that I could spend another 10 hours on this model, and I could make it look incredible. But that would take me a lot of time, and a bit of ranting as well, because there would be a point where I wouldn't be able to get what I want from the mini and start being miserable about myself. Every paint job I do goes through a bout of depression, but usually it means it's looking good when I get there. Like this model too made me depressed about it because of I couldn't get the face right, and then the eyes right, and then nothing right. Like it's slowly coming along. It is coming along. Oop, hello. Like a true Italian, like a true Italian. I just you know, my depression is also Italian. It joins the winning side. Anyway, we can just, I don't know, let's make the leathers in a brownish color. Why not? Also the gloves, why not? I'll need a bit of stabilizing color though. But that's what being challenged means. Like, you know, like we use like we go like, you know, games like Dark Soul, you know, medias that review them will say, oh, this video game is a very challenging video game, while you know, your normal guy sitting on the couch will say, fuck mate, this game is fucking hard, because that's what it means. That's what challenge means. It's not supposed to be easy, otherwise it wouldn't be a challenge. And the only good part of a challenge is overcoming it. That's what life is about. That is what life is about. The only good part of a challenge is overcoming it. You should not be enjoying the challenge. Unless you're a masochist or something. Like, you know, people, on average, don't like being challenged. But you have to embrace it still. The same way you have to be, you know, shown pictures of spiders to get rid of your fear of spiders until you can touch one even. The same needs to happen with challenge. You have to swim in it. Learn to swim in challenge before you're drowned by it. This is my ultimate life philosophy. And it's so important. I would have killed myself if I wasn't thinking like this. And it might sound like a joke, but no. I would have killed myself before painting and everything. I was in a very dark state. So, you know, still am sometimes. He does praise the sun, yes. Definitely praises the sun. Okay, little sexy gloves. We can give him a little utility belt. And then we can highlight. I like spiders too now. I used to be very afraid of them. Now, like, if I see one hanging out in my room, in a corner on top, I like, hello buddy. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Because they protect you, Marika. Spiders protect you from even worse animals like mosquitoes and stink bugs and BBDs. Spiders are good people. Except in Australia. In Australia they will kill you. In the rest of the world, they're good people. Like, did you know most spiders don't have enough power in their bite to be able to pierce your skin? Which means that the vast majority of spider bites that we think we have gotten weren't actually spiders, but some other creature. Lol, Sylv. Yeah, I mean, like, if you look at a bee, bees aren't the cutest things on the planet either. Like, if you zoom in into the face of a bee, they look kind of disgusting, you know? And if you think about that, you know, honey is actually bee puke, and we love it. And if they sting you, they can send you to the hospital, and some people can also die because they are allergic to it. There's a lot more risk in hanging out around bees than it is around spiders. But we love bees, and we are right to love them, because without them, there would be no freaking planet. Bees are, like, amazing. I love bees. I pet them when I can. Like, if I can pet a bee, maybe she's resting after getting a lot of pollen, I will boop it. I do that. They're good people. But, you know, they're also ugly. Oh my lord. Can you ban Sylvstar, please? No, wasps are the devil. Those are creatures that really are really evil. Yes, wasps are evil. They are evil. The spiders are good guys. Yes, they attack bees, and in Europe and most of the world, bees have no chance to survive an attack. Which means when a wasp gets into a bee nest, when a couple of wasps get in a bee nest, the chances of survival of the nest are basically nil, because the wasp will completely murder the entire hive. Because they are impervious to the bee's sting, and they can kill them in 2 seconds. But in Japan, bees have evolved to fight off wasps. So when a wasp enters the hive, a bunch of bees will completely cover the wasp with their own bodies, and then they will super quickly move their wings very, very quickly. Very, very, very quickly, to the point where the wasp gets cooked. That's fucking amazing. Vibrate, thank you. I love vibrating. See, wasps even have a family. They're just mafia. Told you they were evil. Lolly. The problem with the bees vibrating is that most of them die because of the strain. So it's very sad. But they do end up saving the BBD. You know, just iron us, just mentioning it. But if anybody wants to commission me that model, I will be very happy to do it, to paint it. Because I have known about that model since 2 years ago, and I wanted to paint it since 2 years ago. They are finally freaking releasing it. Ah. They have shown the other one, though. No, they did. Yeah, they did on the Facebook group. They did. They showed it today, actually. Ah, okay. Okay, we got our BBD in a BBD. So now we can work a bit more on highlighting the legs and trying to create some interesting lights across the mini, gaining a bit more definition in the non-metallics. Which one were you talking about? Which one is it, Marika? Okay. I like this colder side of the non-metallic a lot, actually. I think it's interesting. Did my chat crash? Hello? You guys here? You all went quiet all of a sudden. I'm like, okay. Ah. What I'm doing right now, since we have, a bit of time available, the model is finished. At least for what I was able to achieve in these couple of streams on it. But it could always be better, right? So what I'm doing here is just trying to add some other reflections, defining some of the edges a bit more. Yeah, the model is never finished. Okay, do you want to see something impressive? I can answer your question with a pretty impressive effect. Do you want, Polly? Yeah, fuck it. I mean, yeah, fuck it. Let's go. I will show you something really cool. Irenas wanted this mini, and I hope he will still want it after I do this, but we'll see. Maybe I am using 3 hands. You want to see something cool? Was that yellow or a glaze? Or what is happening? It was a yellow glaze. And this was a purple glaze. And then, like, what we have to do now is reshape the midtones just a little bit, which means we have to keep glazing a little bit on the armor to really turn it into a gold. And then, lastly, we need to regain some of the light. No, I was asked if the glazing I had done on the red could have been done also on a non-metallic to change its color. And rather than saying yes and then sticking a finger in my nose, I just showed that yes, you can. Turning it back into silver is gonna be a lot harder. I could actually probably pull it off, but will be a little bit complex. No, you can't base with the glaze. Because it doesn't have enough coverage. You need to build enough coverage beneath it to be able to actually make it work. Yes, hi. Good eye, dude. Lol, Quindly. Use knees, he glaze. This is actually a pretty interesting way of doing a non-metallic gold in a way that is more less color fixed in a way. Because if you build your silvers using a bunch of different grays, not just pure grays, but like a bunch of different cold grays, warm grays, bibbidi babbidi grays, your gold that you glaze on top will interact with those colors, creating a bunch of different hues. It is. It is beautiful. That said though, our painted gold has a lot more of a controlled look than our glazed gold. Our glazed gold is a bit on the grayish side. To make it really feel gold, I would have to do a lot of glazing and also reinforce a bunch of light to the point where I'm basically repainting it in a way. But for a quick change of color, this works. This works pretty nicely. In a way, they are different kind of golds. One is a more traditional gold. This one is a bit more of a Saint Seiya gold. The difference lies in the mid-tones. This one is more of an orange. This one is more of a pink. Sorry, yellow. The thing is, the use for this idea is not that necessary, because at the end of the day, in order to pull this off properly, you need still to paint a very convincing non-metallic silver. So if you are at the point where you can paint non-metallic silver really well, you can paint any non-metallic really well. So why, in a way, risk it with a glaze when you can just paint the non-metallic in the first place with the color you wanted? Oh yeah, in that case, yeah. If you do change your mind, yeah. Okay. Well, good, my boys and girls and pakas. Thank you so much for having joined me. Thank you for the questions. I really appreciate the questions. Thank you for allowing me to show some cool things. If you want to follow me on my own stream, I will be live tomorrow, painting my own puppets, my own things. But this stream won't be much different than it was today, so if you want to hang out there, you can follow me on my own Twitch. I also have a Patreon where I will be posting soon the complete paint job of this guy. So you will be in an hour or two, depending on how quickly it uploads. We'll be posting all of the guides for the paint job of this guy, as well as this lady, as well as a guide on how to take pictures and a bunch of other things. So thank you so much. I wish you all a fantastic day. Have a good day. And take care. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.